Oh no! What's up, everyone? My name is Abby. I like to read, and I tried really, really hard in July, but I did not succeed. So, today I'm going to be going over all the books that I read in the month of July. I had a very ambitious TBR, I think around 15 books. And I read 12 books, which I guess isn't too bad, but some of these books weren't on that list. And so I ended up not finishing a lot of books on the list. So I ended up reading 12 books. 2 of those were audiobooks and the rest were in physical form. So I will start with the audiobooks that I read. The first one is Chosen Champion by Elise Kova. This is the second book in the Air Awakens Vortex Chronicles series. It is the sequel series to the Air Awakens series, and I loved Air Awakens. I finished this one. I actually just finished the third one in August, and I don't really like this series quite as much as I loved Air Awakens. It's still entertaining, but I think the characters, they just seem a little bit younger and more immature than the characters in the first series. So for that reason, I'm not quite as much as a fan of this one as the other one, but I ended up giving this book 7.5 out of 10 stars. The second audiobook that I listened to, guys, this is my very first 10 out of 10 star read of the year, and it is Heartless by Danica Dark. This is the 9th book in the Crossbreed series, which is sort of like a spin-off to the Her Marjorie series, and oh my gosh, we're 9 books in, and I love each book more and more. The characters are so amazing. I love the relationships. I love all the side characters. They all have kind of their own story and their own background and development throughout the series. And I love Raven and Christian. They are just so amazing. If you want some more new adult-ish paranormal, there's romance in it, but it's not the main focus whatsoever. Just kick-ass female main character. It's so good. I haven't heard really many things about this series at all, but it's so good. Also, I listened to all of her books on audio, and all of her books are narrated by Nicole Poole, and she is so talented. Her voice is, honestly, it's spoil me a little bit for any other voice narrator in books, because just the way she does her female characters, her male characters, all the accents, they're amazing. I cannot recommend her enough. I even picked up other books that I didn't even know about just because she was the narrator. So I definitely recommend getting that book on Audible or some other audiobook place where you get your audiobooks. So yes, I gave Heartless 10 out of 10. Loved it. I'm not gonna explain what it's about because it's the 9th book in the series, so spoilers. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I thought it was perfect. The first physical book that I read in July was Incendiary by Zoraida Cordova. This is the Outcrate version, so the real book looks different than this, but it's also very heavy. But anyways, I really enjoyed this. It was a great beginning to a series. I'm really excited for the next one. I want to see where the characters go, and I actually have a full review up on my channel that is non-spoiler and spoiler sections in it if you want to see a summary or my thoughts about it. I will link that down below, and I ended up giving this 8.5 out of 10 stars. I technically did read an ebook during this month, but I had the physical copy, so I'll just show you this, I guess. But I did read this as an ebook. I got an e-arc from NetGalley, and this book is Shielded by Caitlin Flanders. I really, really enjoyed this book. I ended up giving it a 9 out of 10 stars. Once again, characters, I keep saying it, but it's true. I'm a characters person. I love the characters in this book. I'm really excited to see where the characters go, how they develop, and the relationships, how they develop. And I thought it was just a really good debut novel. First book in a series. I really enjoyed it. Also, I got the pre-order goodies, and look at this book plate, this signed book plate. It's like a library card. It's so cute. I love it so much. And this actually is a book that I really loved so much that I really want to go back and tab it, since I did read it on ebook. I didn't get a chance to tab it, so I really want to go back and tab this book. The next two books that I read were Day Zero and Arcana Rising by Cressley Cole. This is the, like, kind of novella book, and then this is the fourth book in the series. And they were okay. This one, I don't think I needed to read it or buy it. I'm kind of upset that I paid full price for this book, and it's less than 200 pages. It really didn't add anything to the story that I thought I needed. This one, I feel like it was kind of a filler book. Not much happened really at all. I wanted so much more from it. I don't think it was, like, a lot of stuff I just didn't think was very necessary, and some of it was, like, boring at times, so I ended up giving this 5.5 out of 10 stars. And I didn't even rate this one because it's a novella book, and I don't know. The next book that I read is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. Love this book. I tabbed it, as you can see. I feel like I'm gonna, like, show you every time I tab a book. I tabbed it. Look, they feel so cool. I love them so much. But yeah, I love The Infernal Devices. This is a reread, and I'm a fan. I like it. I think it's a good series. I ended up giving this one 8.5 out of 10 stars, and I am just really excited to get to Clockwork Princess. Unfortunately, though, I do have to read City of Lost Souls first, which I don't think I ever read that one. I think I stopped whenever I was reading Cassandra Clare the first time. I think I stopped at Fallen Angels. So I have to read that one before I can continue on or finish this series. But I love the characters so much more in the Infernal Devices than I do the Mortal Instruments. Sorry. The next book I read, I had so many mixed feelings on, and that is The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. And this book is really short. It is a standalone novel. And I had so many feelings. I was so conflicted because the whole time, the premise of the story is that there's a girl who is going to seduce the king and then kill him. And this will be maybe a little bit of spoilers for this book, so I would just, like, jump past a couple minutes maybe. But it may not be spoilers. I won't spoil the ending. But I just really didn't like how she really had no motivation to kill the king. Like, a lot of times, I think I explained this a little bit in my reading vlog when I was reading this, how, a lot of books, when the characters are planning to kill someone, that person has either wronged them or done something bad, or, like, there's at least some motivation to kill that person. But literally, she just wanted to do it so she could be queen and take the power. And I don't know, I just thought that was weird. I think that it would have made the story more interesting if she had a better motivation to back up what she was doing. But yeah, and then I didn't like the ending. I thought it was just too quick, nicely wrapped up. I wanted something else. So that left me very unsatisfied. But I ended up giving this book 6.5 out of 10 stars. The next two books, I gave both of these 9 out of 10 stars. They are Heartstopper Volume 2 and 3. These books are so good. I highly recommend them. They are cute and fun, but they also address issues that I think not a lot of books talk about. And I think that is very important, and I just love Nick and Charlie so much. So that is that. Okay, guys. This next book, probably my least favorite book of the year so far. And I'm sad because when I bought this book, I also bought the second one, but I'd have no intention of reading it. And I'm probably going to make a lot of people mad. I'm sorry, this is just my opinion. I didn't read these books when I was younger. So I feel like maybe now that I'm older and reading them, it's just not really the same. But I'm talking about Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. This is horrible timing because the next book just came out and people are so excited about it. Now I'm just gonna trash it. But I didn't like it. I feel like it's one of those things where you read it when you're like a little younger, and so you have that like nostalgic factor of it. But I never read the books or watched the movies when I was younger, and so I just thought it was bad. I really did. I gave it 3 out of 10 stars. I thought the relationship was creepy and cringy, way too fast. I didn't like any of the other characters. I just thought it was bad. When I write notes about stuff, it's just like all my notes were like, wow, this is really creepy. Ew, why is Bella suddenly in love with him? Wow, Edward watches her sleep? That's weird. So it's just like all the notes were stuff like that, where it's just, I don't know, I didn't like it. So, yeah, this is gonna go into my eventually unhaul pile. And the last book that I read in July was The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This book also left me conflicted, and ooh, look, I tabbed it. So there were some things in this book that I liked, but there were also a lot of things that I did not like, and you can tell by all of these yellow tabs. The yellow means something that I was either annoyed at or didn't like, whether it's something in the story or something a character does. So there's lots of yellow. I know it's called The Cruel Prince. I get that. But Cardan, he's really not a very good person, especially to Jude, and I did not appreciate that. But I am going to read the second book, I think, just to see where the story goes, because this book didn't end in a relationship between Jude and Cardan, yeah. Which I actually liked that aspect, that there's still enemies in this book, because I feel like a lot of books that have enemies to lovers, they go through a period where it's like enemies, instantly lovers. And I actually like more enemies to friends to lovers. So right now they're still enemies. So, but I like that it's slower. I like that she didn't, like, it just didn't turn that quickly and they went from enemies to like straight up, I love you. So I did like that. And, yeah, there's just some characters that I just didn't like very much. And they made me annoyed, as you can see. And I ended up giving this book 7.5 out of 10 stars. So I didn't hate it, but it was just a meh read for me. So those were all the books that I read in July. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you read in July. Did you complete your TBR? If you didn't, it's okay. I didn't either. Subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. I almost burned my hair off. Heartthrobber. Oh, I technically did read, and that was my email. Oopsies. Oh, I need my book thing.